the function of the cytoskeleton. First, it gives the cell shape. This is especially important in cells without cell walls, such as animal cells that do not get their shape from a thick outer layer. It can also give the cell movement. The microfilaments and microtubules can disassemble, reassemble, and contract, allowing cells to crawl and migrate. Also, microtubules help form structure like cilia and flagella that allow for cell movement. The cytoskeleton organizes the cell and keeps the cell's organelle in place, but it also aids the movement of organelles throughout the cell. Like a frame in the house, cytoskeleton is the frame of the cell, keeping structure in place, providing support, and giving a cell a definite shape.
The cell membrane is a biological membrane that protects the cell from its surroundings by separating the interior of all cells from the outside environment. The cell membrane is made up of a lipid bilayer that includes cholesterols that sit between phospholipids to keep the fluidity of the membrane at different temperatures. Then components of cell membrane: lipids, proteins, and carbohydrate groups linked to some of the lipids and proteins are the main components of the plasma membrane. Glycerol, two fatty acid tails, and phosphate link head group make up a phospholipid. Cell parts analogy: the cell membrane controls what goes in and out of the cell. The cell membrane is like a screen door because a screen door holds things out but lets air in.
Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gel-like fluid inside the cell that is similar to the floor of the house when it comes to their function. Like the cytoplasm, the floor also serves as the platform and support system of the house. It helps to stabilize both the structure and functions of each part. Without it, everything will be unstable and unfunctional.
Ribosomes in a cell make proteins to deliver to other organelles. They are like the kitchen in a house. In the kitchen, meals are cooked and prepared. It is similar to ribosomes using amino acids to make proteins.
While the mitochondrion is a powerhouse of both plant and animal cell, when relating it to the structure, electricity gives the power as well as the mitochondria in the animal cell. Just imagining without accessing electricity in your house, it will be hard for you to live. In cell, mitochondrion gives the power to function it properly.
Lysosomes. Lysosomes are membrane-bound cell organelles with roles and processes involved in degrading and recycling cellular waste, cellular signaling, and energy metabolism. They break down excess or worn-out cell parts. Lysosome can compare to a trash can because the uses and function of a trash can and lysosome are the same. Just like lysosome, trash can use in discarding waste and also use for recycling waste.
Vacuoles is a cell structure in both animal and plant cell which store nutrients, water, and enzymes, and refrigerator is a great representation of this cell organelle. Just like vacuole, refrigerator is used to store food, water, and so many things that we can use in everyday life.
Endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, transport things across the cell, and it helps in making proteins and lipids. We can compare ER to the hallways of our houses. Hallways transport people from one room to another thought a house, just like the ER that transport things across the cell.
Golgi bodies move things to be transported out of the cell. The Golgi bodies gather simple molecules and combine them to make molecules that are more complex. Then, they send and transport the new molecule. In relation to the furnitures of the house structure, the telephone represented as the Golgi body. The telephone, this is just like the sending of information from your phone through texting or email. As we can observe, they have different places to take a task, but there's a similarities to take roles.
Nucleus. The nucleus is like a living room because it is the center of the cell, and the living room is the center of the house. In the most houses, the living room is where the most action happens. Families and friends gather, entertainment is produced, and much more. In a cell, some of the more important things happen in the nucleus, just like the transcription, translocation, and replication.